Hey guys, welcome back to another horrible video. So earlier this month, the Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 just ended, and I originally wasn't going to watch it yet since season 1 didn't really leave me with wanting more. However, Moist Critical released a video on his review of the anime, and he said that it was a masterpiece with some of the best action anime has to offer right now.
Because I, no exaggeration, believe it is a masterpiece of action shonen. Because it is objectively speaking, some of the most beautiful, most dynamic action that anime has right now.
And I was like, wow, okay, alright, those are some big statements right there. Is it actually that good? It's actually that good. It wasn't just from Big Moist that I've seen these praises either, it was from basically everywhere. I use Twitter often, so I saw it hyped up there a few times, and one of my good friends also recently watched it at the time, and he said it's a banger. I mean, right now I think JJK is the most popular anime manga series of all time, even, and so I thought to myself, alright, you know what, I'll give it a go. And holy balls, man, this shit was crazy! Let's start with Zero, which I of course watched first before season 2. It's great, it introduces us to one of the best characters in the series, my man Yuta Okotsu, and gives us a phenomenal, well-animated 1v1 with him against Geto. As a monkey brain haver, I forgot a lot about what happened in season 1, so I couldn't really remember what the deal was with Geto. I just knew he was an antagonist and was also in season 1, but I also knew that he was Gojo's best friend due to stuff I saw online, so I was wondering, what happened to this guy? Why is he just a bad guy now? And fortunately, my questions are answered in banger opening, banger ending, banger backstory. Gives us more details and background on Gojo, Geto, and Shoko. And of course, why Geto became a baddie, but only the baddie for JJK Zero because, of course, as we all know, in the present day, he's Kenjaku. And we get to see more of him in the second half of the season. Now, I was gonna cut to the second half in question just now, but I want to take a moment to talk about the sponsor for this video. I lied. There's no sponsor. Those words just felt like coming out of my mouth for some reason. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about was Gojo's legendary return for a rematch with Toji. This shit was epic, man. That shit was beautiful. I mean, we all knew Gojo wasn't dead yet, but it still put a smile on my face to see him back and crazier than ever. And about Toji real quick, he is honestly one of my favorite characters in the series. I mean, this guy's a fucking beast. I love seeing him fight, man. It's so entertaining to see him fight, especially knowing that he can't even see cursed spirits, nor does he have cursed energy, so he's basically just like a really strong, regular, non-sorcerer guy, as he says, a monkey. And just seeing him absolutely body Gojo and Geto was a treat. It was a treat to watch, man. That being said, rip to Brody, Holo Purple bit him like an apple, but that seemed like hard. And he died standing, like, give this guy a fucking round of applause, guys. Anyway, that's enough of hidden inventory. Let's move on to You Are My Special. Now this is where things get even wilder. Good God. I was binging the fuck out of this every day, man. Watching this show was all I did for a few days, and I was sad when I was nearing the end. But yeah, JJK Zero and Hidden Inventory were a blast, but this arc especially made me love Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, this series went from an 8 out of 10 to a 9, which, like, it doesn't seem like a lot, alright, but like, it is a big jump to me. Okay, like, I just can't give it a 10 due to some stuff I'll talk about later. This arc was immaculate. Charlie was not lying at all when he said this season had insane action. Like, some of these fight scenes had me jumping out of my fucking chair. I'm not even kidding. Like, I've never watched a show that's made me as hype as JJK has. Maybe I just gotta watch more action anime, but like, for real, man, like, I haven't been this hyped in a while. This shit is better than sex. Of course though, there were some moments in the animation that were rough, which is of course forgivable because the animators were being worked to fucking death. Mappa, please give them more breaks next time, I swear to God. But even then, this show looked amazing. If it looked good now, imagine how beautiful it would have looked if the animators were given more time to really polish and perfect their craft. God, it brings tears to my eyes just thinking about it. And you know what else brings tears to my eyes when thinking about it? Yeah, you know what? And I say fuck Mahito. Fuck that guy. Nobara and Nanami were literally my two favorites. Yeah, get him, Yuji. Get him, Toto. Let's go. That's my schizo go right there. This fight was so good, man. The tag teaming with Toto and Yuji, like... they're such a good-ass duo. The 120% panel was beautiful. Todo's black flash, even though it didn't damage Mahito at all. Todo beating the fuck out of Mahito with Takada, and him debating Mahito's ass, thinking he could still boogie woogie. Speaking of boogie woogie, that's a banger-ass curse technique. Like, can we get some W Todos in the chat, please, bro? One of my favorites as well, man. What a fun character. I hope he recovers and maybe even get to clap again. I kind of forgot how his curse technique works, I'm not gonna lie. Like, does he have to have like veins and blood and bones as a hand for him to clap? Because I was thinking, like, can they just give him like a prosthetic or something? Like, I don't know. But yeah, RIP Nobara and Danami and Naobito. Rest in peace to my goats. After I finished the first season years ago, they were literally my only two favorite characters. And I remember going on Google and searching Nobara Kugisaki because I wanted a profile picture. And it said Nobara Kugisaki, death. Like, what? Why? And then I scroll a little in the images and I came across a YouTube thumbnail related to Nanami's death. Like, what do you mean? It said, is Nanami really dead? I was like, what? Why was that there? I'm looking at Nobara images. Why? But yeah, that got me mad upset. And that stayed in my brain forever, so I already knew they were gonna die. And speaking of stuff I knew, I also knew Gojo was gonna get sealed and Shibuya would have a massive hole in it because of Twitter. But I didn't know how things would get there, and oh boy, I'm glad I didn't, because those were some amazing scenes, man. Gojo versus Jogo and Hanami. Fucking peak, holy shit. Loved how insane Gojo looked while bodying the two of them, and then he goes even crazier by killing like 1,000 curses while everyone was stunned. What an absolute beast, man. And then there was Gojo seeing Geto again after a long time with the knowledge that he's dead because he killed him. And now he's back, and that ultimately caused them to fumble and get locked up. And don't even get me started on Jogo versus Sukuna. Oh my goodness, that shit was fire. Pun very much intended. Jogo may not have stood a chance, but holy god, that was so hype. When Sukuna appeared in front of Kusakabe, Panda, and the others, bro, I was screaming, man. I thought they were about to die, but nah. He actually just wanted to toy with them. Like, this man is a fucking menace. Speaking of Kusakabe, this guy is kind of goated. Like, what the fuck, bro? Just casually blocks a whole ass Uzumaki from Kenjaku. I remember seeing this guy with Panda, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And then it turns out he's crazy, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Another moment where I jumped out of my seat, like I actually paused the video. Like, I screamed, I paused the video and went out of my seat like, oh my god. Was when Toji came out of Megami's domain expansion, like, whole thing. Like, oh my, I was like, no fucking way, bro, it's over. It's over, like. And his fight scene with Megami, oh my god. The fact that he kills himself after finding out it's his son, oh my god. That's what I'm talking about. It's too good, man. It's too good. I can't help but love Toji, man. Anyway, wrapping up my thoughts on Shibuya. Time is cute. Fuck Mei Mei. Not only is she disgusting, but she also just runs away from fights. RIP Shibuya. Welcome back, Yuta. And with that being said, let's move on to my favorite arc. Now, unfortunately, anime onlys, this is where we part ways. Feel free to return once you've read the manga or once season 3 is done, I don't know. So yeah, Culling Games. This one went absolutely bonkers, man, like Zooey Mama. Hakari is my goat, Maki is my goat, Yuta is my goat. Don't even get me started on Chosoi, Guruma, and Yuki, like holy god. There's so many great characters, I can't help it. Like, first off, I don't even know where to begin. Okay, first off, let's start with some story moments I want to talk about. If you've seen my Pluto video, you already know how I feel about this guy. Absolutely fucking disgusting, abhorrent, rebarbative. Get his ass out of here. Oh my fuck, did he just kiss it? Oh! Ew! If I was Yuta and I had to fight that thing, my ass is leaving. Ain't no way I'm fighting a cockroach monster. Unless I have something that can one-shot it at least. There's also chapter 178, which was hype as hell, with Yuta pulling out cursed speech, triple domain expansion, like, I actually just busted, man. Unfortunately, that godforsaken cockroach curse is still alive and just broke everyone's domain expansion. Like, are you for real, dude? Are you for real? Why are you not dead, man? Just die already. Like, I'd be mad pissed if I kissed it and everything and it's still alive. Like, why? Alright, so even though this was basically my favorite arc, unfortunately this and the ongoing arc contains a lot of the issues I have with the series, and I have heard of some people complain about this, and that's the pacing. We unseal Gojo, and then after a few pages of dialogue with the characters planning on how to attack, We're just back in action, like it's December 24 already, like, what? Could we not get like a few pages where Gojo catches up with everyone or something? Like, I know it's only been 2 or so weeks, like this entire event takes place in like 2 weeks, but it was a very hectic 2 or so weeks, man. I know it was important to discuss strats and stuff, but like I wish we could have gotten some more, you know, small moments between a few of the characters. I really noticed this after Sukuna took Megami's body and they all went back to some kind of headquarters. I was like, why the fuck is Higuruma there? When the hell did he get here? Last time we saw him, he walked away from Yuji and he was gone like a fart in the wind, and now he's here, like what? I mean, I'm glad he's here, he's my homie, but that was kind of out of nowhere, you know? Like, no interactions between new characters either, like with Kashimo or Takaba and the others or something, besides when they were watching Gojo and Sukuna fight. It's like they were all just buddies, like what? I want to see them become buddies. It sounds pretty nitpicky, maybe it is, but I don't know. My point is that it just felt jarring, you know, because of how the plot just jumps from one event to another with no easing in. My second biggest issue is plot armor. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Kenjaku. Like, what the hell, man? We finally get to see Yuki in action, right? First time seeing her in hidden inventory. She's apparently one of the strongest. She's a special grade sorcerer. Her character is barely developed. Don't even know what the fuck she does. And then boom. Kenjaku just casually has the perfect counter to her ability. Like, okay, alright bro, alright, that's awesome of you, good for you, man. Like, he never used that in any circumstance before until now. Alright, man, okay, cool. I guess at least she was badass though in her one and only fucking fight. I still can't believe that. Like, bro, she died way too early. Like, she had a lot of potential in becoming a more fleshed out character. She could have been way better. She for real turned herself into a black hole and everything, and that could have imploded the whole freaking planet. But Kenjaku was like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Like, someone kill this guy, please. Thank you. Wait, my will shall live on? Someone gotta explain that, man. Someone gotta explain. What does he mean by this, chat? I also want to mention chapters 242 to 243. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really find whatever the fuck was going on funny. Sorry, Takaba. It's not that I didn't find it funny. I thought it was amusing. It just wasn't like, you know, like, haha, LMAO XD, you know, like, yeah. Like, I just didn't get the jokes, and I don't know if it's because they're supposed to be bad or just doesn't hit well when translated, but it was at least extremely wholesome and amusing to see Takaba and Kenjaku be in wacky situations and be almost like friends goofing around, all because of Takaba's curse technique. My voice just died, but yeah, curse technique. At least Kenjaku was having a blast before he died, I guess, if he is dead. Honestly, I have a bad feeling he's still alive, and I hate it. Speaking of death, Higuruma better not be dead. That's my guy right there. Fortunately though, this motherfucker Wee finally did something useful with his life and managed to teleport him along with Gojo's body, so maybe Shoko can pull some magic. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with Gojo's body and if it's even possible to bring him back. But yeah, either way, honestly, I believe this guy's gonna come back, man. I believe this guy's gonna come back. And if not, then fuck. Oh wow, that was worth believing in. But yeah, I also love how Yuji saw Nanami in Higuruma though. I thought that she was beautiful, but that better not mean he's dead. I know Executioner's sword disappeared and it was fading away, but that doesn't mean he's dead, guys. Trust me, he just passed out. He's just napping, trust me. Anyways, moving on to story stuff, I think it's time to talk about my favorites. Starting off with Maki Zane. Honestly, second favorite female character of all time. First is still Yor, I'm sorry, but I don't think that's changing anytime soon if I'm being honest. However, Maki is still an absolute legend. I can't wait for merch to drop when season 3 comes out. All my money is about to be spent on Maki and Hakari merch, I swear, man. Like, I just love her character. Brody went from A tier to God tier, like, goodness gracious. She's free, she's more powerful, she's enlightened. I mean, she killed her entire clan. She's a badass, man. Like, imagine, like, your whole family clowning on you, calling you worthless, and then you just body every single one of them. Like, clap it up, man, clap it up. And this was all thanks to Mai, so thank you, Mai. Your sacrifice was worth it. And speaking of absolute legends, we got my other #1 favorite character in the show, Kinji Hakari. The only way I can describe why I like this guy so much is because his vibe is just immaculate. It's indescribable, unfathomable. Like, he's just that guy. Broken ass domain expansion. He's legit unkillable for 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Like, are you kidding me? He's fun, he's chill, he's a brody. Like, I don't even know what else to say, man. We all know he's a gamer. So another one of my favorites, which honestly I didn't expect him to be up there, is Choso, who better not be dead too. Too many deaths, man. I swear, let's get a win for once, yeah? Like, we've had enough deaths, man. We've had enough. It's time to stop. It's time to stop, KK. It's time to stop. But yeah, Choso, before watching season 2, it seemed to me he was sort of a fan favorite too. And honestly, I get it, man. I get it. I love his older brotherliness, especially as someone who is the youngest in my family and never had the best relationship with my older sibling. So I see him like an older brother. He's cool. He's epic. Oh, and something I wanted to mention as well is Yuji's arms in the recent chapters. I don't really delve much into the community, so I don't know of a lot of thoughts and explanations and theories on this, but one comment I do remember seeing is that it's related to his curse technique. I saw that before I've caught up, so I just believed it, thinking it was explained in the manga already, but it wasn't, so now I believe it's just a curse tool, similar to what Yuta used in the fight against Uro, the cockroach, and Elvis Presley. I forgot his name. Alright, so we're finally at the end of the video. That was a crazy yapping session in it. I'm sorry, but I'm low-key just obsessed with this series and I want to talk about it, so this is basically that video. If you skipped here for a summary of my thoughts, here you go. TLDW, I'd let Maki beat the shit out of me. Hakari, Higurama, Maki, Yuta, Todo, Toji, and Choso are my favorites. Yes, I know there's a lot, but there's so many good ass characters, I just can't help it, man. Rip Gojo, Rip Megami's sister, like, that was actually fucked up. I forgot to mention that. I also forgot to mention Sukuna is an absolutely great villain. Like, he's honestly one of my favorite villains ever. My issues with the whole series is that the pacing is absolutely garbage in the last 2 arcs, and Kenjaku has bullshit plot armor, and I'd also let Yuki beat the shit out of me. So yeah, well, that's basically it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If this convinced you to watch or read JJK for some reason, then that's great, although this was probably not the best video. If you disagree with anything or have any thoughts on anything I mentioned, let me know in the comments. And as always, stay safe and stay hydrated all the time, gamers. I'll see you in the next one. Adios. I have to sing this song because I got blocked by YouTube, so yeah. So make you guy if I don't sing this song, Russia won't be able to see it.